we're back. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So many lines. We started with Wiener last time or something.
We did it again now.
Stupid one.
Okay, I'm Kevin, and I'm the Dungeon Master.
I'm John Jobson, and I play Drakna, which is a Dragonborn ranger with psychic puff.
Lame.
I'm Jimmy. I play the rogue fighter Nevel Nearwin, and he once tried to catch fog, but he missed.
Olorin.
Way too late.
It was an app. Olorin, this is Juan.
I read you one.
Oh,
Hey,
Kenobi.
wizard
It's like Tron.
elf, and I'm still trying to figure out whether to be good or evil.
This is Austin. I play Brian Bloodbane. He is a human paladin.
Name.
You played it. Okay, so do you guys want to do a rundown of our last session? Let
We
you
got
guys
new
recap
chairs.
this. We did get new chairs.
They're really weird.
We tried.
That's
Roll20.
not in game. That's.
Well,
Do you guys like them?
it'll take some getting used to.
Is it?
I think so.
I think it's. I know. I kind of. It's a mix. Mixed feelings.
I don't care. It's a chair.
Yeah, but you're a twig.
Huh?
You're a twig.
I heard squid. You're a squid.
I heard bitch.
Well, we made it.
It doesn't creak anymore.
We made it back to Sandpoint. We let the sheriff inform the town that they could go back to their normal lives.
We tried
Yeah.
killing Olorin.
That we had taken care of the. I don't know how to say this word. Imminent
Imminent danger.
Imminent.
danger. We each kind of like had our own little separate storylines, which kind of Brian kind of went to the Rusty Dragon and started cleaning up, and encountered Father Xantus, and he let us know that he could possibly bring back Amiko with a heart. Olorin was quite upset at Father Xantus at the time for not burning the body, but he was just crazy with rage over certain things that he couldn't control. And Nevel pretty much played the entire session trying to bring back Olorin to the light.
Which was stupid.
Should have killed him.
And at the end of the mid session, we were able to get Olorin back.
The mid-session. That was like the end of the game.
And he presented the heart to Brian to bring back Amiko, and it seems like she's back somewhat to her first full self. Olorin did also talk to Bro Dirt and to talk about the old light and pursuing that, perhaps just restoring the lighthouse in general, and having him move into a certain room that ends in 69 at the Rusty Dragon. And Drakna is a horny 16-year-old that just can't get enough booty.
Can't get enough of that redhead jazz, and who doesn't like redheads?
So, we ended with. Is there anything else anyone wants to add?
I don't think so.
That's pretty
Okay. Well, we kind of ended last session with everyone kind of back in their right places, their right minds, and we were all in the midst of having dinner. Juan, I believe you said you wanted to pick up right from there.
That's nothing specific. You know, yeah, I mean, we can pick up here.
Okay.
That's what we so choose.
What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, we can. Because that way, as a group, we can still talk about certain things. I like the red. So we're all sitting. I don't remember the very end, so I don't remember who exactly or where exactly everyone is.
We had our bromance outside.
Remind me about that because I don't remember.
Remember we all fell down? I jumped into the big pile and we all fell on the ground.
And they all jerking each other off.
Wasn't that at the? Wasn't that at the chapel?
Yeah, that wasn't the very end.
What was at the very end? Can you?
Makeout session between Nevel and Olorin.
Was there tongue?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
There wasn't anything at all. I forgot.
Did we? Are we back in? Are we
Very
eating?
last thing, yeah,
We
you
walked
guys
back
were,
in.
you were eating dinner.
Okay. So if we're all together, let's try and just talk and decide what we're gonna do. If we're gonna head off to Magnimar, stay here for a little while. We can. If everyone's eating, we can get another few rounds of drinks. You know, I'm sure the night's not.
Oh,
Everyone's full of adrenaline.
Nevel has a blood debt with the shoot that one guy, the book guy.
No, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's done yet.
Yeah, he's pretty slippery.
Is Brodert with us?
Yeah.
He was there, but I don't know.
Yep, Broder is with us. Broder, Amico, Father Xantis,
Sister Nina, Sister
Pinto,
Sophia.
Santa Maria.
Sister Nia and Sophia. Oh my gosh, come on, what is Sava? Jas.
Yes.
Shalelu.
And Miko.
Probably not Shalelu.
She's there in
You
spirit.
haven't talked to her yet, have you?
Have what?
So
I'd say no.
I called Neville over. I'm like, Neville, help me with these next round of drinks.
I'll buy him because I got the most gold.
And I walk over with Neville. I'm like, are you okay with everyone being here and you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I wish
Okay.
there was some gambling, but
Sure. Okay. That's all.
a bunch of stiffs that we got. But
Just wanted to make sure. We're just walking over to the bar. I'm sure at this point we could probably just walk behind the bar and
Yeah,
Grab her
make our
absolutely.
own drinks.
Yeah.
that's why I offered.
Yeah, Amico feels pretty much in your debt, so I mean.
I just wanted to walk over and ask him,
Brian.
make
It's
sure
not
that he was
Brian's
okay
It's on Brian's tab.
with everything.
Oh, yeah. We need to talk to the sheriff too and figure out what's our daily gold pay.
He could buy us a house.
All living expenses while we're here at Sandpoint, but you know.
And servants.
But damn it, we need to get paid.
So, I mean, if everyone just wants to just, you know, we are still deputies of Sandpoint, just lounge around here for a few, get our bearings straight for X amount of times, we can try to figure out what the game plan is and where we want to go. Because we obviously know that Magnimar is where the townhouse of Foxglove is.
Right.
And we're going to have to go to that townhouse because I think the keys that, Ryan, you have are going to open that door. And that's going to help us with Brothers of Seven. And put this to an end on what exactly happened to Shalelu and you, Amico.
And I do have a pretty good rough idea of Magnimar as a whole. I was saying I grew up there and served the city. So.
And that's why I keep pointing at you, because you're going to be our point to where exactly things are. And hopefully I doubt that anyone will realize that you're still you. I was going to say, yeah, you probably don't have any connections there anymore at this point, but
It's only been like a year.
not even
People,
that.
Yeah.
Still
people
don't know
know
what
me,
was up.
but they don't know I'm alive.
Once a soldier, always a soldier.
so whenever you, Brian, are ready, I will, just so you know, I will follow you.
I think I should probably give Amico a little bit of time to rest up before I fully just
Agreed.
leave her.
Pounder.
That's why it's not done.
Have a
Before
whole
I'm
lot of drinks
actually
coming.
comfortable leaving her, I guess.
I already dispersed.
It was implied.
Everybody.
Cheers? Cheers.
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 Mine doesn't ting. These cups are like troughs.
Are we off? Are we off tomorrow morning then?
No, we're going to stay for a few days.
Yeah, Brian's probably
Yeah, that's
gonna
fine.
want
So,
a
like, I
realistic
guess
day.
we can take this time to discuss what are your guys' plans for when you get to Magnimar?
I mean, we gotta. Obviously, we have to go to. What?
I had some notes.
I'm listening.
Obviously, I have to go to Foxglove, but Brian's probably gonna have to.
Just gotta figure out which
way
way's faster, taking land
Okay.
or water.
just to
Fox in.
show that he's alive.
Okay, fair enough. Probably wondering where they're going.
Yeah.
So, Foxglove is your guys' main focus, though.
Yeah.
Specifically, his manor.
Well, at least we.
I mean,
The
we're
man-
probably gonna go there to get maybe some info on the 7, but
The townhouse?
I guess
Yeah.
that's my thing. In order to help me kind of prepare mentally, is what are you guys' first order of business in Magnimar?
I would say head right to the townhouse.
Or house. I mean,
Unless you want to check in and let people
Brian's
know.
probably
Tractor
gonna
gets a slap.
report back in with the garage.
gotta have one in
Well,
every
we
city.
did. Well, if you remember, we told Sheriff Hemlock to send a raven and ask them if we could still have deputy
But
status
Did
in
he
Magnimar.
still? Did he give names? I don't know.
That I don't know.
So it's like
I would assume
he
that
did.
he would say
He
the
did.
four,
He did.
the four of us.
in reality, like Brian hasn't reported in since his last mission.
Right. So I mean, so if Sheriff Hemlock sent
If
a,
you would like to retroactively do that, I mean, you can have been sending ravens or
I mean, we're gonna be
letters
here for a few days.
as your reports. If that doesn't want to be one of your focuses, that's absolutely fine. That's probably understandable. And you just say you plan on recovering in Sandpoint.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do that. That works.
Okay.
This
But
one's
if
alive?
you want that to
Damn it! I
happen,
thought we got rid of him.
if you want that to happen, that's fine too. Either way.
I don't care either way.
But for you specifically, just on your decision making, Sheriff Hemlock sends a raven, asks the question if we will still can have a deputy status in Magnimar. So
Yep.
Well, Brian would still have his status.
You
I
would, yeah.
assume, but
Yeah, you would still have your same status of soldier. Yep. Or your same rank. Yep. Okay.
and then we can just walk around and check things out, see how everyone's doing. Still, I mean, there's still shops and
Check out
things
the
that we
closet.
haven't checked into. I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
kind
all
of like to
Sandpoint,
check
really.
out the rusty dragon or the red dragon. And
Like
see
I'm probably gonna
how
focus
he
a
got
lot of
in
time
there.
at the old light and just trying to like research it more and
Okay.
see if there's anything around it. For
Okay.
sure, personally, that's where I'm gonna spend some time on.
Okay. Yeah, you can spend the next couple days there.
I want to have a talk with Sava. Not so much break up with her, but put this thing on, like, to let her know that
We're not in the
I'm
same zip
shaken
code.
and disturbed, and I don't know what I want out of us because I saw what happened with Brian and Nevel, and then it just left me. What's the point of having a relationship with that could happen to us? Why would I want to leave myself open to a hurt like that when I can control?
You can get hit by a buggy on
When
the
I can
road.
control it now.
I think I like men.
She would take that news sadly, obviously, but willingly, and give you some space to figure out yourself.
Yeah.
You should have told us before because their prices are going to go up.
Yeah,
no
really.
shit.
So
Too late. Oh, for you guys, it's double.
I hate
Some
Olorin.
heroes of Sandpoint you turned out to be. So, Drakna, I don't know what you plan on doing.
A little bit of that.
How much of that?
A lot of that. I don't know.
A lot of that.
I don't know. I'll probably go over to help Das out now and then.
Okay.
Just help him out. I don't know. I don't know what there is to do. King of England. I don't know what that
You
means.
guys. So over the next couple days, you guys both find Drakna and
That's a guy.
Brian. You guys both find it odd that,
Open the door. King
and it starts to wear off.
Go
But the
next door.
first-
King of England.
The first night, maybe the first couple nights after dinner, you guys kind of have a hard time doing the business.
Jackass.
The soldiers won't stand at attention. And any one of you that wants to, either one of you can make me a history check if you'd like.
We wouldn't know it because we never was with them.
But you'd know if that's not something that you're normally experiencing.
Wait, we got advantage on that.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You got AD.
I understand what he's going for, but
I got 17. So,
Oh shit.
Just make me a wisdom check. Is all I'm
oh,
asking.
want me to do wisdom? My
wisdom check.
Yeah.
I got 18 for wisdom.
More?
5? Yeah, Ryan, you're not really sure what's going on. You think it's just maybe the mental trauma that you've been experiencing. But Drakna, you kind of start to add all these things up in your head, and you realize it was just that night, and you realize it was after you were given drinks from some friends.
Oh my god!
And you remember, and you specifically remember Nevel maybe mentioning in passing, I don't know why I bought this potion of impotence, but I don't know.
That is awesome.
That's alright. Jazz still got hers.
Or Jazz.
Jazz seems kind of perturbed. Yeah.
No, she's laughing. I told her. We'll get him.
She knows where my room is.
Jazz comes and cuts off Neville's penis. The bitch is crazy! Oh, shit.
So, you better keep Drakna away from me. At least a few days.
Neville, I'm assuming you're doing some more gambling over the course.
I'm just out. Whatever. Whatever you decide.
Well, I mean, it's
Roaming around.
okay. We'll say you bump back into Shayless.
The one that you try to sneak into?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does she... Wait a minute. Where do I bump into her?
Where do you want to bump into her?
I don't want to bump into her at all.
From behind.
Okay, we'll say it's Oh. We'll say yeah. On one of your gambling trips, she makes her way into the Pixie's kitten. And if you want to try to avoid being spotted, you can go ahead and make me disguise self check. Is that a thing in 5th edition? Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's your check.
It's my check.
You know,
Okay. Versus your.
my 13.
Well, you managed to disguise yourself.
Puff's going, he's over there! He's over there!
What is that in
Puff's
common?
comforting Drakna right now, like, come on, buddy.
What is that in common?
Come on.
He's asking
Your
you.
common tongue.
Fuckface! Fuckface!
Oh my gosh, classic.
I gotta write these down.
I'm gonna make my way to
I'm making a
Nisk
translation
whenever you make
guide.
it back from there.
Making your way to where?
Nisk.
Nisk? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Olorin, nice to see you.
Nisk, my friend, long time.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's what I can do for you.
Suck dick, suck dick.
I was like, all the potions that you've helped me with, I want to see if perhaps you can get rid of this one for me. And I present him the last potion of Animate Dead that I have,
Okay.
and I just want to see what he thinks of it. And I say I've had this on my person. I had some others, but I just want to get this off me and maybe get something a little better.
He says, this is a rare potion indeed. You're looking to trade? You're looking for me to dismantle this?
Well, I want to trade. You can keep it and do what you want with it, but yeah, I do want something out.
I tend not to like to dabble in anything of the necromantic sorts. He says, but I would give you store credit.
Keep it in the vault. I need something rare. I need something that if we head off to, we'll be here for 3 or 4 days. Let me know what you need, because I can head off. I have time to head off
I mean, a little bit of giant blood.
to certain areas, and so nothing that I need from you now. But I just want you to keep me in mind.
He says, I don't have any rare potions right now, but it would be fair for me to trade a potion of Animate Dead for a rare potion. Let me see what I can whip up. Next time you're around, it'll take me a few days at least.
Sure.
Come back and see me. I'll have something for you.
Nisk, you've never let me down.
As that conversation's wrapping up, Brian's gonna kind of walk into the Bottle Solutions with like, kind of like masking himself a little bit with like a cowl and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh.
Excuse me, Olorin.
How about-
How can I help you, sir?
You never know.
Yeah. I kind of, and I'm like kind of like looking down a little bit. I walk up to the.
But by then, I want to say I walked in behind him too.
It's doing that sneakily, but all right.
Okay.
Well, I don't know it's you. I'm just coming in.
And Brian kind of like leans over the counter and kind of whispers in Nisk.
Yeah.
Nisk's ears, like, "Do you have anything to, raise the little guy?"
I
Knew he was little.
Well,
I believe I know what you're looking for. I'm always discreet, and he kind of,
I have a little blue pill.
yeah, he slides a little blue potion bottle, and across, he reaches down, slides it across. He says, 2 silver.
Kind of. Does it work?
He says, oh, it'll work.
All right. And Brian will pay him.
Okay,
So,
you make the pass, almost like a drug deal.
Paying, As they're paying,
Perception
I like
check.
bust in the door and go, "Hey, was Nevel in here?"
Nisk says, well, yeah, Neville's one of my more rampant customers.
Yeah. Did you sell him anything funny?
He said, well, I'm not really at liberty to discuss purchases of other customers.
You got a potion back there, make lip dick.
I have made potions of impotence before. You know, overprotective fathers and all.
Oh my god! at that, Brian will like rip off the collar, like, what the fuck?
What do you got to get him back? You got one for bleeding an asshole.
Oh my god!
I see these guys talking. I just keep walking. I keep my way down now, and I'm just like, oh man, they're making a scene.
Do you walk out?
I just stay over to the wall, and I'm just like
Oh man,
looking
this is
through
kind of like
looking
oh,
through
boy.
the list of.
What am I in the middle of?
Oh, this is one of these.
Brian goes up to Dragon and is like, what are you talking about?
Well,
You got one for
He doesn't know.
I suppose
I just
I
said
could
it.
make a potion of
diarrhea.
diminution, if you know what I mean.
What?
Diminution?
I don't know.
Makes it smaller.
Diminution. You know, shrinking potion, if you were. I could attempt to have a potion that focuses on one area.
I'll buy 10.
He says, I can't guarantee they'll work the way that this is tricky business, but I will do my best.
You got like one for extra hairy growth. Like werewolf,
He
like
says,
dog.
Once before, I've made a potion of dwarven beard growth. I could try to make that as well. I'll need a couple days for all of these.
I give him 10 gold just for funds.
Okay. He says, this will be plenty.
Holy fuck.
Okay, so over the next couple days, too, Olorin, you said you wanted to focus on the old light.
Correct.
I want you to make me an Arcana check.
Just a joke, guys. Don't gang up on me.
Okay, so Broder is more of a scholar and less of a wizard.
So
than you are,
I
obviously.
Actually, I want
just so
one.
you know, like just picture me in this,
It'll probably
on
be
the,
Jasmine
the ruins
before I
of
come
the,
after
and I
you.
have like all the books that I've acquired from
Yeah.
the times. The Thessalonian Ruin book, the book from, well, I don't even know it's from Nevel yet.
Actually, I won't.
I forgot that it was from Nevel. The Sahedron book and the medallion's out still. I'm just looking at everything from Thessalonian.
So,
Huh?
with your books and with your arcane knowledge, you absolutely gather that everything that Broder has found seems to be adding up, and this absolutely was a type of defense mechanism, like a tower that would shoot a beam or a gout of fire. And it seems that this is possible. You need a great deal of magic, more magic than you currently possess. But you absolutely believe that if you were to build the tower and you found this source of magic, you're not really. It's one of those sayings that if you saw something, you'd know what it was. But actively seeking right now, you're not sure what could power this. Maybe in a larger city like Magnimar, you'd be able to find a source that could tell you of
If I see
some
something,
type of power
I'll
that
know.
great. Yeah, but you absolutely believe if you had the source of magic, you could focus it and use it to power.
I need an
the
arc.
other way. Yeah, in a sense. Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Okay. So, I mean, I want to go back and try to convince the mayor that we should restore the old light for historical value, and that's how we should promote it to the townspeople. However, in secrecy, it will in turn as well protect the city eventually. And this may come off as crazy talk, but as a 300-year-old wizard, you got to understand I've seen a lot of magic in my life. It's going to be a hard sell.
Okay. And you. So in order for this, you basically have to gather a meeting between the mayor and the sheriff.
I want Father Xantas there as well.
Okay. Do you want your companions there or no?
Yeah, they can be involved.
Would you guys choose to be involved?
I want Broder and Feznut there.
Okay. Yeah, you can gather.
Are we doing it again?
A meeting to try and convince the town council
Like raise the thousand.
to raise the old light back into a tower.
Yeah. Or at least,
We need a bake drive.
yeah. Where's Fat?
Feedback.
No, Mr. Grunt.
Yeah.
Farmer Grunt. Bake drive.
I get it now.
Wait, what?
Bake.
Yeah, man.
One dime bag at a time.
I remember dime bag used to be a dime.
Mr. Nice Guy.
What is this?
Green zebra.
Is this green zebra?
Oh.
Am I not gonna like it?
I don't know. You won't like it out of a can. It's so different out of a can.
I'll try it.
I still like it. I like it a lot.
What was that then?
It's
Sour.
different. You're not gonna like. You wanna
It's a
try one?
sour. Oh, dude, you know how long I've been trying to find a beer like that? Oh, I love that. It's better on tap. Everything's better on tap.
Yeah, all beers.
Green zebra is out of character, a watermelon sea salt beer.
Where did you get this?
Can you try it, Jamie?
Flushing.
No. Did you like it?
It smells good.
I like it.
Sorry.
There you go. There's no like
It's gross. He should have scored milk on his face when he drank it.
Oh, my phone's up here.
Push you impotence. God dang it.
Not bad. I do like it. I like it
See?
better than the Rebellions.
I've got more. You guys want one?
I'm not gonna take one of your really expensive beers.
No, it's fine.
It's better than the Rebellions, I think.
That's 16 hits from Neville.
No, it's not.
Just for
Yeah, but it's
recording
not a
session.
punch.
That was love taps.
You mean
Yeah.
16 hits from Jamie, the man who plays Neville?
Yeah,
I'm
if Neville
back.
hit you, you'd be dead.
I'm back in character. There is no Jimmy.
He's dead to me. Okay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Wait. They didn't hear it in the hear it in the microphone. Right? Your hits.
Because they weren't hits.
I know.
They were love taps.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Arms are so muscular.
It's my wiener.
I didn't need to prepare for this session at all.
Thought it was his leg.
Oh my gosh.
So veiny.
So before we do that, I want to gather everyone back at the Rusty Dragon
I'm gonna keep my distance.
and let everyone know my plan to try to
we didn't
convince
say anything.
the mayor, Scientist, and Sheriff Hemlock.
We haven't even been back to Nisk, man. We're good.
So everyone makes it back to the tavern for, we'll say it's been 3 nights since then. Everyone's been able to do whatever they wanted to.
So do we have the potions?
Go see. Yeah, all that's happened.
What do we have for potions then?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not
No,
yet.
no, you don't have your potions yet.
3 sexless nights.
I got mine. I've got mine. He gave me the blue bottle.
Oh.
That one you do. Yeah, you're good on that account.
Boom.
Did Drakna get in here?
No,
that was
I want-
the absolute last bottle that he had.
Potion wears off.
The potions weren't worn off by now, anyways. Yeah.
It's so great.
But no, you got one for
Yeah,
like,
but now it's like a
excess
fire
gas.
hose.
Excess gas. Built up! It's built up.
This is why we can't go this long without playing.
It's like one of the blow up things and the like advertisement dolls.
Come to Tracy Jack's house!
Are we peeking this mic?
I'm gonna make more of those potions. This is great.
Oh my god. Okay then.
We walk into the Red Dragon. Amiko's super happy.
Back to the Rusty Dragon. Olorin gathers you guys all together to announce something.
You're getting married.
Harry.
What is it now? You
No, because you noticed that Saba isn't there.
What do you want, you drama queen?
I already know it. I already heard it from Jazz.
Nag.
Couldn't keep her mouth closed.
So, in talking with Broder and Feznut, I do think that we need to continue this avenue of going down to the old light and possibly convincing people in town. Specifically, we need to convince the mayor, Sheriff Hemlock, and Father Xantus to convince the townspeople of Sandpoint that we need to restore the old light for historical value, but somehow at the same time we will be restoring it for a weapon against any evil that could possibly attack Sandpoint.
Brian turns to Olorin. What is your fixation on this old rubble?
This I just don't want to see what happened to this town ever happen again.
You don't think if we take care of the 7 that we won't have any of these issues anyways?
No, I could have goblins again.
I do think that defeating the danger of the Brothers of Seven will help. And it is a crazy talk.
I mean, how do we know that this lighthouse wasn't destroyed on purpose?
I guess we don't.
Maybe this was evil is what I'm getting at.
Broder has done his research, and Thessalonian is a tricky history.
It borderlines on evil.
It's difficult to understand everything of the Thessalonian legend, but I don't know if it's necessarily evil. It's more of a neutral. Possibly good, possibly evil. It just depends on who could control that old light more so.
So then who would be in control, let's say, if we do resurrect her?
We would have to elect a committee, and that's where we want to discuss this with Father Xantus specifically. I think he would probably be the best person to control the old light.
You mean the guy that you hate?
I don't hate anyone. I'm very neutral.
I would think there should be a group effort.
Yeah.
Like somebody from the holy part of it, somebody from the garrison part of it, and somebody from, you know what I mean?
From the
Like,
town.
I'm not going to say if I can do this or not, but can I maybe try to tap into Desna and see if her guidance would help me to arrive at a decision?
Make me a religion check. What do you want? What are you asking her specifically?
I want to know if the tower was evil, if it was used for evil deeds, specifically.
Okay.
You do this around all of us? With all of us around?
I mean, I'd probably be like, kind of like, just
Okay.
kind of like bobblehead, but kind of like to myself, more or less.
Yep.
Ugh. 7.
So,
Nevel. I have
Cleaner life, man.
with a 7, you get that this was. This tower was used for evil.
I do feel that.
From
way.
a 7?
That's all you get.
Olorin, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with what happened in the last few days,
I'm gonna roll a
But-
persuasion check.
but I think this tower was evil. It was used for evil things.
it was destroyed for some reason.
Persuasion would be like persuade him, correct?
I'd rather like inner dialogue between you guys be settled with inner conflicts be settled with dialogue with among you guys. I'd rather like roles be saved for trying to.
Evil's kind of favoritism. 7, really?
Okay, non character knowledge. Had he rolled a 20, he still would have gotten that this tower was used for evil. He just may have gotten more context.
I would let Broder try to convince on what he's done. He's done more research than I have. In 2 days, he's been spending months.
Yeah, but that's
Brian
only
has
his,
never
that's
actually
only
went
his
to
side
the-
of it.
the
We haven't
tower,
got
right?
the.
Yeah, I don't know.
We haven't.
I'm
got
not.
the
I'm not all. I don't. All my eggs aren't in this basket.
What is Father told or Father Santos? What is that?
Yeah, we can.
We can ask
He
him.
could ask.
He might have records
They have
of why
more
it
of
was
this
destroyed.
Sandpoint.
Also, I
There's a
haven't
story
actually been to the tower.
I could easily walk away from Sandpoint and not care a single thing about any of these people ever again.
Well, that sounds evil.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
I don't have any back. I'm not saying this is out of character. So.
But
Oh.
I guess my.
Out of character.
Oh. But Brian hasn't been to this tower yet, correct?
None of us have.
Other than Olorin. Olorin's been.
I've been there.
Oh.
I thought we checked it out.
I don't think I ever went.
I mean, it's something. Being in Sandpoint for a while, you would have seen regardless.
But I haven't actually like went and investigated it, correct?
If you say you haven't, then no, you haven't.
Okay. It'd be kind of a weird to just up and leave from Brush Dragon to go to the tower, so I'd probably wait, but
I point out all the makeout spots.
I don't want anyone to go into this with second thoughts. Back in character. We should either go in this as a group to convince Xantus, Hemlock, and the mayor that yes, this is a good idea, or just squash it, and then we go to Magnimar.
I say we go to Magnimar and worry about it later.
Fine.
I don't
I mean,
think,
I'm not saying that we don't know
I don't-
why or...
I don't think we should convince anybody. I think we should just present it to them and let them make the decision. This is their town. It's not ours.
No.
then I kind of turned to Nevel and like, we have investments in this town. I mean,
But we've
honestly,
only
it's
been
like
here a few
I
months.
understand that, but it's like, I don't know.
Can't say at least
It's
a
more or
year.
less a second home to me. It's strongly becoming like somewhere I could stay for a while.
I know, but you're, no offense, but you're not in a position of authority as they are.
I never said I was authoritative.
I think we should just present it to them. They can hold the town hall
They're
meeting.
here, right?
No, this
No,
is stuff.
no.
Oh, okay.
They can hold a town hall meeting, let the community decide. Now, I say we all need a drink, and I'll go get us a drink.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I'm good.
I've had enough drinking today. I actually want to go to the old light. I need to check this out.
Well, let's all go check it out, and then we can all just keep talking about this.
Is everyone on board with that? Everyone want to go check it out?
Yeah.
There might be something I missed, and a fresh pair of eyes will help me see something that I
A
haven't.
couple extra rolls.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. So you guys all make your way over to the old light, right?
Brodert and Pheasant are with us too.
I can actually,
I say you got a map.
I do.
Do you have like their map that they say what it used to be, or no?
This could be just a lunatic.
the old-
I really don't know either.
So, in what you guys get, still investigating it, what immediately becomes apparent now that everyone's kind of opened your eyes to it, especially Brian and anyone who is very non-open to this idea, is that the size of this thing.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's about as big as the Copper Isle. The Chopper's Isle.
Exactly. Like the garrison and the cathedral are hands down the two biggest buildings in Sandpoint. And this lighthouse, if it was just a lighthouse, towers over them. Would have towered over them. The base of this is twice the size of the garrison, and easily as big as the cathedral, which is much bigger than any lighthouse you guys have ever seen. But without these pushes or these nudges from Olorin or Brodert, you can easily see how someone would mistake this for a lighthouse. It's spherical in nature. It's built out of flagstone. It seems lighthouse-ish, but it's way too large a scale for that.
This is what we see. Like so much. This is just earth on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And I've never really done this, but I just rolled a 13 to just dig down to see if it's just earth underneath this thing, or if there's a false bottom at all.
Okay, so you dig down, and you dig down for a while, enough to uncover some stuff, and you find mostly just rubble. It's definitely solid ground here.
Brian will kind of make like a once through, like just kind of walk around in a circle around the building. But I want to use divine sense.
Okay.
So the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor. The powerful good rings like a heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type.
So, what you get with this, Brian, is you don't get the innate sense of evil.
Okay.
You don't get the innate sense of good. It seems incredibly neutral. It doesn't seem like this spot specifically, or this place, has any connection to good or evil. All you have is the information that Desna pointed out to you that said this was used for evil.
Okay.
I rolled a 20 for like perception to see how it fell, like if it was destroyed, knocked down, or old age, or I guess I don't know more. You know what I mean?
So the rubble has been eroded for many, many years. But you said you rolled a 20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, 18 plus 2.
It seems like this was almost... You find a couple strange stones that almost seem like... Just based on your knowledge of structural integrity, based on training with Das, what you learned from your father before everything happened, it seems that this tower was maybe even sabotaged to fall. Even then, it's a guess at best. I mean, these stones are literally
it
thousands of years old.
Right. So either way, it doesn't look like it was naturally fell. It would look like it was forced of some sort. May have been forced.
Put it this way, you're having a hard time distinguishing if it naturally fell or if it was knocked down on purpose. or if it was not out malicious intent, but it definitely doesn't seem like this was taken down like as a demolition. It wasn't like, meant to be taken down on purpose.
Like they moved a couple blocks and then fell.
Right. Yep. So, with that, what does everyone want to do?
I don't want to convince anyone on whether this is good or evil. I was just trying to figure out what could we do for Sandpoint to make sure that whatever happened last time didn't happen again. I don't want to see my friends hurt or die again, and I don't want to have to ever put down someone that I cared about ever again.
I do agree with that, Olorin. It's hard for me to say that this is the correct way to go. I can't get a read on if it's good or evil, but in my heart I know it was used for evil.
And I can't tell if it fell down on its own or if it was knocked down.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. But if we go to Magnimar and we come back and something happens to our loved ones again, and they could potentially be starting something that could stop that, how will we feel then?
Hopefully that doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
There's a lot of gold that's got to be raised before we even worry about it, too.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is not a cheap...
And we got to move the junkyard, too, because who's going to climb this thing and look out there and see all that junk? It's prime real estate.
So,
That's another thing. And I mean, like, based on the circumference of the base of this place, this tower had to be 1,000 feet tall.
Holy shit.
We called it Babylon.
what was the tower called?
Babylon.
Tower of Babylon.
In,
The old light.
no, in Lord of the Rings. See,
The
with
Eye of Sauron.
The Eye of Sauron, yeah. But that was 2 towers. But yeah, I don't want to convince... Again...
The Saruman or what?
It might be.
Oh. Fucking
I'm not
wizards.
here to convince. I'm just here to say I want to do what's best for Sandpoint. So if this isn't it, then let's go to Magnimar and...
I mean, just the sheer scale of this, it would take years to build up.
I think that we should just have Broder make the case to Father Xantus, the sheriff,
Yeah, make him-
I guess, and the mayor.
Let him look
They
like
know-
the white chap.
Sorry, Broder. They know that this is crazy talk. That this is just something that could possibly not even work. We don't know.
I just don't want to create more problems than what we have. There's a reason
That's
why
kind of
it's
where I'm
down.
at with it.
Either it was sabotaged down or it just fell down, but it's
Sabotage.
sabotage.
Does Broder have
Big
any
bottom
other
boom.
information that could help the case at all?
Not really anything more than he's shared with you or told you. It's just it's a strong gut feeling, a strong. And again,
It's Thessalonian.
so like
Broder doesn't know Thessalonian.
did you invite Broder to come along with
Yeah,
you?
he's there.
Okay.
He's there now.
Broder kind of mentions, he says, gentlemen, as much as I would love to present this case, he says, without a source, without proof that this could help defend our city, our town, I don't think the town will buy into this. He says, as much as I want it to. He says, for just its historical significance alone, but I simply do not think the townspeople will uphold, frankly, egregious tax increase just to build an old lighthouse again. He says they have to know that this is going to protect them.
Yeah,
And
but
as much as I want to believe this, Olorin, I frankly, I can't prove it yet. He
Is
says,
there a
okay.
way that maybe a different resource you could maybe try to look for or look at? Is there something you could do for, or we could do for you to
Solar
maybe
power.
He says, I've just about exhausted my resources here and at Chask's library. He says, I'm just at a wall. There's so few things on ancient Thessalonian history.
Well, we'll be going to Magnimar. Is there something maybe I should pull from their library?
Is there anything of Thessalonian or
do you wanna go
Sahedran
with us?
symbols that you know of from Magnimar that we could look into? Is there a library, perhaps, or...
He says, there is a book that I have reference to in another book. The book that I'm speaking of is basically, I guess I'd say it's an amalgamation or a simpling down, a boiling down of facts from a much larger volume, known as the Thessalonian Virtues. If you can find this book, that may very well be the key, he says.
Virtues?
The Thessalonian Virtues, yes. He says, but I'm not even sure that this book exists. To find a copy would... This book could be as many as 10,000 years old.
Have you ever mentioned this to Chask?
He says, no, Chask... If you can't physically prove a book exists, Chask has no interest in it at all.
So this isn't something people have ever even seen before.
He says, maybe a lich that's thousands of years old. He says, Brian, this lighthouse on its own has been down for maybe 5,000 years, and he says, and there's no record of Thessalon for over 8,000 years. But I suspect the civilization was wiped out 10,000 years ago.
What I'm saying is, like, even like a huge library like Magnimar, like you wouldn't expect it to be there.
He says they may have something. I don't know. He says I would hope it was there, but I haven't actually looked myself.
What about this book? Did Sava come and buy this book from you?
He says, what book is
The
this?
intricacies and facilities of the Sahedran ritual? Or from...
He kind of thumbs through it. He says, yes, this book, I do believe I've looked at this book. He says, this book is more about the ritual that was being performed on the poor souls that were murdered. This is turning them into ghouls. This is... It's very strange. It talks about the souls from this ritual being transported and stored somewhere. He says, but it doesn't say to where. The ritual can be tied to different places depending on where the caster wants the souls to be sent.
Would they be sent to a person or like a specific...
He says, well, they plan on being used by a person, of course. He says, but a person themselves can't hold these souls. They would need some type of vessel to hold these.
Something perhaps with another Sahedran ritual or a Sahedran symbol on it?
He says, perhaps, but there were many people killed. I mean, this would have to be a rather large object.
Maybe something that would power the old light.
He says, that's not out of the question if that were the case. He says, but there's no record of any of these lighthouses, per se, still standing in all of Erysia.
Yeah, this seems funny though. It's by the water though. If it's going to protect it, you think you would build around it in the middle of your town?
He says, Drakna, I believe that these could shoot for miles. These weren't just to protect a small area. The nearest lighthouse, and he says with air quotes, the nearest lighthouse ruins that I've seen, that we've recorded, are over 40 miles away. And they seem to pop up about every 40, 50, 60 miles. I think this was a network, a defense grid, if you will. And with them that spaced out, I see no reason why their range wouldn't be that far.
Like cell towers.
Yeah, but is it something where if you build one, you got to rebuild them all?
You know all about that, wouldn't you, Jamie?
Is there like a picture of
He says, no,
where
I don't
these
believe so at all,
lighthouses
Drakna. Is there what?
like a picture of where the lighthouses are?
He says, I don't necessarily have a map. He says, I could probably draw you one up based on my findings.
Could you do that?
He says, I sure could.
So what the souls went into would be different than a scrying device, correct?
He says, yes, this is much more complicated than the scrying device, for sure. He says, I'll need a few days to get this map plotted out. He says, there's quite a bit of documentation, but I will make you a map.
I just have a hunch.
Do you share that?
With you.
Okay.
What did you say?
Broder, I don't want you to stop researching your research on Thessalonian history.
He says, Olorin, my research won't stop till the day I die.
And I know that it takes a lot to decipher Thessalonian language. Try to find someone that can help you decipher this, and perhaps someone that can read this specific language. And I hand him another 10 gold to help him on his research.
He says, I'll do my best with the limited resources I have around here.
As Brian said, that we are heading to Magnimar, and if you would like to tag along with us, we can probably find you
He says, I'm afraid
room and board.
I'm not up for that journey in my age. He says, but look for that book. If you find that book, that may very well give us the answers we seek. And the chances are, if you find that book, you may find someone who knows as much or more than I do about Thessalon.
Where does your buddy usually get his books from, or deals with down there?
He says, I'm actually not really sure if he has a specific contact in Magnimar. He says, and even if I asked, I'm sure he wouldn't tell me. He'd think I was trying to steal competition from him.
True.
You know how Chask is.
Yeah, he's a big asshole.
That's putting it mildly.
Have you ever slept with his sisters?
And he kind of like gets a whimsical look in his eye, and he says, Mareem, she was beautiful. Anyways, when
I just kind of spilled that all over.
Yeah, you did.
when are you boys planning on heading for Magnimar?
Probably fairly soon.
Yeah.
We should have reported in long ago.
Yeah. We're going to go check in with
He
Sheriff
says-
Hemlock to see if he's heard anything back from a raven that he sent.
He says, I appreciate it, thank you. He says, would you boys mind taking something to a nephew of mine there?
Sure.
I sure will. For all the help that you've done for me.
He says, I will need time to write a note. He said, please come see me before you leave.
I certainly will.
I very much appreciate that.
Are you still staying in room 69 at the Rusty Dragon?
What other room?
You could be staying in room 3.
T9.
Broder, thank you as always.
Like, I like to think that it's room 6 and he just, like, tacked a 9 on the end of it. It's obviously not 69 rooms.
That's perfect. So,
Of course, one nail's loose, so you just...
he walks off, and I'm like, it doesn't sound like there's much here to even present.
I think we need to get a lot more info
I
if
agree.
we want to try to
Yeah.
resurrect this.
Yep, and I think I'm just grasping at straws here to try to hope that nothing happens. You know, I think I'm just on the edge of my seat, and I will be for a long time, trying to help however I can. So,
And I totally understand that.
I'm here. That's why I wanted you 3 with me to just help me decide what to do.
I do think we need to. We have the immediate danger passed through Sandpoint. I think now is to cut the head off the snake and go to Magnimar.
Yep. I want to go talk to, since we're so close, let's go. I'm going to go talk to Sheriff Hemlock to see if he's heard anything from the Raven that he sent to Magnimar to see if
Okay.
how things are going
You guys
there.
all come with him? He says, oh, yes, I have heard. I'm glad you boys sought me out. He says, I have some good news and some bad news.
Here we go again.
You're more than welcome in the city. He says, but they will not keep your deputy status. He says, I tried to pull. He says, but this city's much larger than ours. He says, and they don't frankly know who you are. He says, maybe you'll have some pull with Brian being a former captain. Well, captain, still... He's officer. He says, Brian, speaking of that, I mentioned all 4 of your names in the letter.
Oh, shit.
And he says, your status has been put on hold. He says, your rank and your honors are still held in guard. But
Honor. In
But
character.
until you report for more duties, he says, you won't be receiving any more compensation as a soldier. He says, they said they haven't heard
8
from...
months?
He said, you've been making money here. But...
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I haven't even been there to collect money. It's
Right,
like,
exactly.
whatever.
No, but it seems like you got some though when you get there.
He says, however, they said if you decide to retire from the service, he said, you're more than welcome to, and you will still be held in high regard.
Damn, I wish you were.
He says, I did put in a good word for what you did here in Sandpoint.
I'd fucking disguise
Thank you.
myself so fast.
He says, are you boys going to Magnimar then?
Well, I mean, you said you were getting us a house here. I don't know what I have to go to Magnimar for.
He says, that is true. As long as you keep Sandpoint safe, truly, I have...
I'm a deputy. You got us a house. Have free food.
Amiko wanted me to talk to you about the free food.
Oh, we know that.
That's awesome.
And Drakna is kind of like, what?
I've been paying.
Wait, you guys are getting free food?
Maybe I should stay behind. Make sure nothing happens here.
Like a bitch.
Do you have enough men to protect the city if we go?
Obviously not.
Making raised 3/4
He says, I've made the mistake many times of saying yes and not having enough men. He says, but... He says, we can't rely on 4 of you for forever. He says, I'll have to make do. He says, we've changed our strategies up. How we're going door to door. We're keeping guard up through the city streets at night. He says, I believe our strategy's changed enough to help stop anything like this from happening, at least for the time being.
And Brian will kind of give some tips of, because obviously he's been in the big city, he knows how the guard system works.
He
Maybe
willingly
give them-
takes them, yeah.
He would kind of like maybe like give him some pointers of
Okay.
maybe station guards in like this position around this town or whatever.
Yeah,
Maybe to kind of help.
yeah, absolutely. He takes your advice in that 100%.
This guy doesn't know shit. This is worse.
Yeah, I'll put
Stupid
6 guys in the
Magnimar.
junkyard.
He's
Okay.
better than us.
Alright,
You might too.
so you
You don't
guys,
know that.
if that's that,
Shut your
then
mouth.
we can say goodbye to our loved ones.
Brian's gonna go to Sava's.
Savas.
Yeah.
Okay. She's, you enter her shop and she's kind of surprised to see you, and she says,
I was gonna go say goodbye there too.
We can
Brian,
all.
we'll let Brian go first.
Yeah, I will.
Brian, I'm kind of surprised to see you. How can I help you?
I'm sorry about the between you and Olorin, but
She says, don't be sorry. It's not... I know he's just confused. She says, I think he's worried about helping me. I truly think he doesn't know what really happened to him there for a minute.
I think he's scared, more or less. I
think so too.
he's scared that he can't protect you, but
She
in the
says,
same token, maybe give him some time.
she says, I'm willing to. She says, just promise me you'll keep an eye on him for me.
I will. It's also another reason why I'm here. We're all 4 of us are going to be leaving the town soon, and do you have maybe something easy to use as far as protection? Maybe.
Like sheepskin?
I got you a sheep shim.
Olorin dropped off his raincoats. Wink, wink.
And I mean that as like personal protection, like
Yep.
to give Amiko as for when we leave, maybe something easy like a short sword or something along those lines.
She's
Maybe a
used
day.
to that. Short sword.
Absolutely, Brian. Amiko's become one of my closest friends over these last few months. Since you guys have showed up. She said, please, I'll have something delivered to her personally. She says, I'll get it to her, don't worry, no cost. So this is on me.
You sure?
Absolutely. She says, "You four have done enough for me." She said, "This is the least I can do to repay you."
I appreciate it, and I'll see you later.
She says, and as you're kind of walking out the door, she says, "Brian,
Yeah?
be safe."
We will.
She wants you.
The baby's yours.
All right, Dracula, do you want to do something?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Bottle Solutions dude.
Nisk?
Yep.
Okay.
And hopefully those bottles are ready.
Forgot about the bottles already.
Nisk says, "Oh yes, they are. I'm glad you came back and seen me."
Damn.
Dracna. And he says, "Can you drop up these to Brian too?" He says, "I have an
can do
order for
that.
Brian as well." So he gives you all of his.
I don't think I paid, but I forgot what I bought.
He tallies up your.
I don't really
Don't
need
pay
10
shit.
of them. I was just...
He made 10.
Alright.
10 bottles of what?
You more than paid with 10 gold. You more than paid for him, though.
Oh, okay.
I'll just pick up the
200 gold.
Don't have that.
Yeah, the phone's stopped.
Perfect.
This is why roll 20 is awesome.
Do you have a bad?
You understand my point?
Do you have a bad luck potion
A bad luck potion.
or a loose stool potion?
Loose stool potion.
Flatulence potion?
That's good because Neville's emotionally constipated. He doesn't give a shit in a week.
I have an oil of slipperiness.
What did you do? Oh.
Way too
Too
late.
late.
He says, "I have an oil of
I got all the
slipperiness.
shit
That
I'm
might do the
doing.
trick if ingested."
That's what sucks about using my phone for everything.
Yeah, I'll take a bottle of that.
Okay, he gives you that.
Bottle of sleep.
Yeah. So he tallies everything up, Drakna. Did you order anything else?
I forgot what we. What did we
Well,
get?
I know
I don't know what I
So-
got anymore.
Ryan said he got 10 potions of diminution.
Oh,
Diminution.
the beard
Right.
growth. Dwarven beard growth.
Dwarven beard growth, yep. And so yours is 7 gold, Drakna.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so if that's it, is everyone say goodbye to their loved ones, obviously,
I'm
if they
walking
want
out.
to.
Ring, ring, ring.
I
I
gotta
know.
go see this stuff.
Okay, so yeah, well, we'll say that, Olorin will say that Nisk does have your potion. And what he found you was a potion of superior healing.
God for Austin.
Which, are you ready? Are you ready for
Good
this?
for you. I might laugh.
8d8 plus your level.
Okay.
So that's like everybody's like way past more than what we need.
Everybody's way more past what we need.
Superior.
He's a buck jerk.
Can I go back and Bottle Solutions and I want like a mammogram grower?
He can't find anything.
What about
Nope.
No, he's out of time.
yeah, that's fine.
Let's keep
Yes,
her going.
thank you.
I thought it was.
I do appreciate
Oh,
the
you
supreme
can't lie
healing,
and cheat.
but I really appreciate.
I tell the truth all the time. That's what.
I really appreciate this other potion that you got me.
He says, no problem, Olorin. He says, I appreciate everything you've done for Sandpoint.
More than what you know.
Is that your honey to-do list?
No, it's not.
So yes.
We broke Jamie.
You can play on the
Hello?
TV, but
Matt, I love you.
Or you know, you can come hang out with us.
Okay, so since we're not talking to our boyfriends, can we?
Yes, we can.
Nothing just happened over here.
I could hear it. So
I hope so. It was
Think
pretty
with your
loud.
imagination.
I hope so. It was pretty loud.
I'm gonna go say bye to Sava.
Okay. Do you want that to be
No, it's fine.
a moment between us?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yes or no? I don't care either way.
We can leave.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So, I'm actually gonna knock.
Okay.
Oh my god. God, what a romantic.
Door opens.
We got a meat box.
It's over.
Olorin, what are you doing here?
And, I wanted to return this. I give her back the key.
Give her back the robes.
She kind of like takes it in her hand.
I'll never
And she
do
half
all
pushes
this.
it back. She says, I want you to keep it.
Okay. Do you have a few minutes?
She says, yeah.
So we can do it.
So,
This is uncomfortable.
I don't know if you know, but we're going to be heading off to Magnimar in the next day or so.
She says, I kind of figured as much.
And I don't want to leave without saying goodbye and making sure that everything is okay.
I just don't want to go, but I'm gonna go.
She says, well, I mean, I'm not great. She says, but yeah, I understand. I appreciate you saying
I don't
goodbye.
want you to not know that I care about you. I think that I care about you too much. And I don't want to be hurt the way that I saw Nevel and Brian hurt when certain things happen. And to ensure that nothing happens like that
That's your bullshit.
for you to go through, I got you this. And I present her the potion.
I got her.
And I say, when
There's a 1.
if there's ever anything outside of this door or anywhere where you're at, keep this on you all the time. And it'll ensure that once you get behind a locked door, that it will remain locked.
She says, I appreciate that, Olorin.
I got you this.
She says, I'm going to give you your space. You clearly need it. You clearly need it for now. She says, but you can't choose to not live your life just because you're afraid of what might happen if you do.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
It's good. It's fine.
It's fine.
I can't wait to listen.
I don't know if you'll hear it.
Here's most emotions. Hand gestures.
So just know that when I travel to Magnimar, you will be with me
My mind.
in my mind and in my heart.
Is this horse extra bouncy or is it just me?
She says,
Just stay
"Prayers and thoughts
safe.
go with you." She says, just come back. Whether it's to me or not.
Don't
She
let
says, just
anything
come
happen
back.
to you. Like I said, if anything comes, just use that potion and it'll ensure that nothing comes through any door that you're behind.
She says, you're the one going headlong into danger. She says, don't let anything happen to you.
And I grab her hand and I say, I have to go.
She pulls you in and gives you a peck on the cheek.
The left cheek.
Just
On the
like
ass.
that.
And a slap on the ass.
Yeah.
My left.
Bend over.
My left.
Oh.
Oh my god. Alright. So that's it. We're in Magnimar now.
God, it took
Wait a
forever to
minute.
get there.
If you donate money, we'll have a webcam and you can see all the entertainment going on.
We don't want that.
After Olorin leaves,
want
Nevel
that.
walks in and goes, "Hey, son, how you doing?" Just kidding. That doesn't really happen.
Does he really?
No.
Okay, does anyone have any last minute things they want to do?
Are we
We
gonna
don't
take?
have to roleplay, but Brian would go back to Miko, say goodbye. Then we
Are we gonna?
She's sad, obviously, but she knows.
Are we
why
taking
you have
right
to
off?
go.
We're not gonna spend one night here. We're leaving.
We're gonna go ahead now.
Okay, let's go.
I said bye.
It's morning. Yeah, we're heading out.
Let's
Let's go.
That's Mars.
Okay. So, travel time. So, we make our way to Magnimar. And here, I can pull up a Verissian map.
Did we take boat or did we ride horses?
You've been through the desert on a horse with no name.
Uh huh. No, that
No,
was him.
I'm just kidding.
I would like to
That was
walk.
Brandon. Mine's
Brandon.
Brandon.
You didn't know my fucking name. We was doing this for like months.
It was Brian. His horse is no name.
Then you'll understand.
Mine's-
If you don't, then you can ask me.
Mine's Shadow Mist.
Run, you Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of haste.
I'll fox it.
Sure. this is Sandpoint, and this is Magnimar. So
We're going south, right?
it's-
Fucking weird.
Yes, southwest.
Ish.
Coming at me.
So are we taking a boat or your horse? Again, I can't remember.
Horses, just because you get a boat that's able to sail on the sea,
Okay.
is more expensive. You know what I mean?
No,
Horses
that's
is
fine.
easier.
So we're gonna have saddle swords.
That's how you do
Yep.
it.
It's okay, you know. It's not...
When I hear that, I'll know what happened.
You got it upside down, didn't you?
No.
He played it like a flute.
You didn't turn it on.
I don't remember how to do it.
Just push the button. You'll hear it.
So it's about 50 miles to Magnimar.
It's been so long since I had that intimate potion. I don't know how to do it.
Like a dragon.
I want to try it. What kind is
It
it?
tastes really fucking good.
What kind is it?
Banana nut
Oh,
bread.
I want to try some.
It's really good.
I don't know. It's so funny.
You love us, that's why it's funny.
I do love you guys.
So is Ash.
What a homo. Finally!
It finally up.
I know. I usually have something else going on.
We're gonna have to get a fucking hookah.
Dude, that's seriously the best tasting one I've had. It's really good.
Out of the two,
Look at John just gets a smile on his face.
You need one.
You've done it before.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that one's good.
I don't know how it does for your lungs, but hey, good shit. It doesn't make you cough.
Are we
that
gonna?
one's super good. Damn.
So do we ever camp out, or do we just? It's straight travel.
50 miles. So you probably have, I mean, depending on how hard you ride your horses, it's going to take you 2 or it's going to take you at least a day to get there. At least 1 overnight, maybe 2. What do you guys decide? You want to run your horses hard?
No,
or a nice leisurely
I
trip?
would like to stop personally.
We can make a night of it. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're making a night of it regardless.
Oh,
We're not, we're not getting paid anyway, so.
I stop and I like to. Obviously, I'm a mumbler,
Yeah.
and I need something to talk to. So I just cast a familiar to talk to, and I'm gonna start doing that just to have someone to talk to at night.
shit.
So does it cuddle you? Swaddle you like a baby?
And
Is that a big hairy wolf?
the familiar that I cast.
What level are you guys? 5?
Yes. Remember, I feel so good I can do 2 attacks?
No,
I don't even know what I do. I just instantly just call for something, and it looks like this when I cast up my familiars.
The screen?
Yeah.
What the
Okay, well, that's not good. That's not a good thing.
And I just talk to that thing throughout the
Isn't that
night.
that thing I was turning into? Oh no, that's
No, it's not. It's something completely new.
Ooh, doggy. As long as it's on our side, I don't care.
It's awesome.
So I just talk to him at night
Okay.
when everyone else is sleeping.
Puff like snuggles with the extra.
So
Extra
if
tight.
you did stop,
Yep.
I assume, took the
Yeah,
armor
do
off.
you do that in openly?
Mm-mm. When everyone else is sleeping.
Okay.
Which is fine, so that'd probably be a little bit later tonight. But Brian sits awake up at night for just a little bit until everybody else is kind of like what I would expect to be sleeping.
Okay.
I assume I have my armor off at this point. Can I sneak over to somebody?
Who's on watch?
Sure.
Like their horse.
Yeah, we should probably have someone on watch.
Sure.
Brian's on
We'll
watch.
say Brian's on watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on watch. I'm gonna go over to the horses.
Okay.
I know which one Nevel's is, right?
Yeah. I mean, that
I
would
approach it from behind.
that wouldn't be out of the question.
He's been here before.
I assume you know how
And I
you leave
insert
packs on
slowly.
horses, like it's probably not far from the horse.
Yeah.
Can I find his water?
Yeah.
It's on me.
You're sleeping.
You're sleeping.
But it's on me.
Okay, your extra one.
You take your saddlebags off your horse?
Well, my water skin, yeah. Especially after what I did to these two.
Yeah, but you don't know we knew.
Yeah, we'll say you search.
I knew!
We can say
we
you
didn't.
search the horse and you don't find his water skin on him.
What about his rations?
His rations, you would, yeah. That's fair. You wouldn't keep that on you.
Okay. I'm gonna open up the rations, and I'm going to pour the one bottle of the I don't know how to say
Don't
it.
let him say it. You can try it.
Dimination potion.
That was good. That's perfect.
So it's so easy to say diminutive, but it's so hard to say diminution.
Yes, it is. I can't say it.
Diminution. Diminution.
Yes, that.
Potion of diminution.
I'm gonna like sprinkle it all over the rations, like real good,
Okay.
and then I'll like pile it back up and like put it back.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I want.
Okay.
I also do it to the horse.
Put it on the horse?
Yeah.
Like you feed it to the horse? You feed one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird. Creepy.
What if it's a female?
I don't know.
Demanutized.
Okay.
That's basically what it should have been called.
I wanted the extra large mammograms.
Mammogram is a breast screen.
I know.
Say boobs.
Mammogram.
Mini boobs.
Memories. Memory glands. That's what it is.
Milk glands.
Milk-filled breasts.
Brass.
Guys, be free!
We need a drop machine.
Alright. Brian would probably go back to doing whatever he should have been doing.
Okay.
Sleeping?
Is it my watch now?
No.
You don't get a lot.
Yeah, we gotta make sure he doesn't know that we're doing
You left your watch on the nightstand.
I don't have it.
See, he's never ready.
I'm looking for a drop machine.
I can't find it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you guys wake up, everything's normal. Except, Nevel, you wake up and your horse is more of a pony.
Well,
Anymore.
I guess I'm walking. And I'll just give those two a look.
Brian doesn't even blink an eye. Like he's like,
With
Well,
fuck
you
happened?
make me an insight check, and both of you make me a deception check.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm not
didn't
good
do
at
it, so
that.
I wouldn't know.
I know, but you know how sometimes when someone accuses you of something, you
Well, I'm
smile
gonna
anyways?
fail that in real life. I should get an advantage on that.
Sure, we'll say you can.
do I?
No.
Oh.
Damn.
You actually did it!
I got a nat 20.
I'm so bad at these rolls. I haven't rolled well all night. Oh, I got a 5!
So, Drakna is clearly innocent. Brian, however,
Now I wish I would have done
has
something.
the most poorly hidden smile you've ever seen.
He's laughing for crying out loud.
You want to be a
That's your horse now.
Bullshit! Mine's
That's-
giggity!
Or your pony.
Mine's giggity.
You're switching with me.
No, I'm not.
Actually, that was Olorin's horse. You did the wrong horse, you jackass. Puff is over here.
I'm riding that.
Puff's going on the
Yeah, there you go. Puff, take that pony. And I'll ride with Olorin.
That's fair. You guys are both light, and you have really much armor.
You want to roll with Olorin?
My
Well, I
rolls
want to
suck
ride
so bad.
Olorin.
What?
Like, riding dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it'd be awesome if we both failed.
Filthy.
It'd be awesome if we both failed. You wouldn't know what happened.
Oh, that one's perfect for me.
I rolled like shit all night so far.
We rolled twice.
I've been rolling. It's been nothing but 5s.
That's really funny.
I don't grab anything from that pony. I don't want anything to do with it.
Maybe that was the joke.
It was a joke.
I
see it. I'm not touching anything with that pony. My rations are going to be like that big.
I didn't think of
I can get my hand in my pouch now. Just throw them out.
I downloaded 100 sounds.
Okay.
I'm only on
I
8.
didn't think it was going to make that small.
Got a pony.
I mean, you could ride it. It's just your feet will kind of be dragging.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Is
See-
it pony forever?
We can use that for Olorin. We can use that for Olorin's
So-
hemorrhoids.
It wasn't impotent forever.
Having
so.
to be held up by the smaller pony, or either way, or the extra person on one horse, it actually takes you guys an extra day to get to Magnimar.
I'm Brian.
Bad joke, asshole.
So
You know what I mean? People are probably dying because of you.
Right.
Do anything!
So
So the horses are going. That's a horrible horse
farting?
trot.
Sounds like a bore.
That was a horrible horse trot.
It sounds like a party.
That's what it sounded like to me. Maybe the pony's got the shit from the potion.
Or Magnimar, huh?
These are not good.
No, they're not.
That's why they were free.
That's what that laugh then.
I mean, I can do horse riding.
What?
It's gas.
We need some coconuts.
Yeah, we're riding.
Give me some coconut. I'll give you a horse.
That's what it is.
Are you gonna go hungry then? You're not gonna get any of your rations?
Oh, I mean yours.
So you guys are just kind of wandering
Low
down
on rations anyways.
the road.
Give it to fish.
That took us 20 hours extra. Thanks, Brian.
What Okay, yeah. I mean, not much happens the entire way there. It's pretty boring, but night does fall again. And you guys are forced, or end up taking camp. I'm assuming you guys eat dinner for the night.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm gonna summon a bat tonight.
a bat,
A bat.
like what you just summoned.
Nope. A real bat. Like
Oh, an actual
what
bat.
you guys would think a bat is.
Okay.
A bat.
Batman.
Batman.
Not a freaky ass.
Nope, not
Demon
a freaky
bat.
demon, but just a bat.
Okay, just a regular bat, not a demon bat.
No.
Gotcha.
Just a bat.
Okay. So that's fine. And you guys eat dinner together. Again, the night kind of passes by uneventful.
I'll
you
take
wake up-
watch.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyone want to take the second half of the watch?
Brian does.
Again?
Yep.
Okay.
And on another fucking day.
Alright. So, you guys go to sleep. And, Brian, do you do anything on your watch this time?
No, I just don't want to get anything done to me. So.
Okay, gotcha. Preemptive.
I want a last one.
Well, there's only two
There's
watches.
only 2 watches, buddy.
Okay,
Anyways, you wake up.
that's fine with me.
Everyone wakes up. And your pony is back to normal.
Puff's disappointed.
And you guys look at Nevel as you guys wake up, though, and you notice something kind of off.
Got a big cock.
No, it's that his nose seems to be about a quarter of the size that it normally is.
Smaller?
Smaller. Looks very odd. It looks like a Michael Jackson nose. What the
Ew.
Brian doesn't say anything.
I don't say anything either.
But
Puff is like,
Neville would never know it. I mean, you kind of look down and you're like, that's weird.
my
That
eyesight
kinda
might
looks-
be bad.
Can I insight them three?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'll let you. So as you guys are kind of riding, you kind of, you think you keep getting glances, looking at you, like staring at you. Everyone make me
I want to freaking.
We won't say deception check. We'll say Constitution check to keep from laughing.
Oh, okay.
That's worse.
We're not good on that one.
I'm
18.
fucking roll another 2.
Constitution.
That's what's gonna
Would I
happen.
be a Constitution saving? No.
I got 14.
21.
What'd you get?
I had 18.
We all beat that.
Not Drakna.
Oh, Drakna.
So Drakna, you don't catch him really busting out laughing, but you see a big old smirk on his dragon lips.
God damn it, Drakna!
Yeah, and he just kind of looks around like nothing's happening. Never mind.
What's so funny, Dragon Man?
I just, I'm just thinking that time when Puff was helping you playing cards.
You're bully. Okay.
It's about as plain as the look on my nose on your face.
So honest.
Oh, man. So, Nevel has a tiny nose for the next day or so, but it does wear off by the time you guys make it to Magnimar.
Before we go directly into Magnimar, just let me know.
It'll help you with your disguise.
Okay, you guys are outside of Magnimar, we'll say. Is there something particular you would like to do, Nevel?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
I want to prestignitation.
Prestidigitization?
Thank you. And I want to cast it on Drakna and Brian,
What?
and I want them to stink like garbage and skunk and roadkill.
All at once.
Yeah.
Garbage and sink and roadkill. And you guys notice, something just, you guys are like, is that me? Like,
How long does that last?
Brian thinks it's
An hour.
fucking
hour.
Drakna thinks it's Brian.
And this is right before you go into Magnimar?
Yep.
All right.
Don't bother me, man. I don't care.
So, you guys make it into the gates of Magnimar. And Magnimar is a city of free trade. This is also known as the City of Monuments.
Is there any checks for that?
Yeah, there's a check to see what you guys are bringing into the city with you. Like if it's
No,
for
not
trade.
for the spell.
Prestidigitization just works. Unfortunately. But what I do...
It's only an hour.
So
It's okay.
let's go back a little bit. On your guys' way to the city, Nevel and Brian both kind of give you guys some background insight into the city.
No, not me.
Brian,
What?
I'm assuming you guys would like to know some background of Magnimar. Would you share any of that with these guys on your way there?
Oh yeah, I mean that would be a common like road.
Not Nevel?
Like
They don't know even where I'm from.
They don't know you're from Magnimar.
They never asked.
Okay.
I never said.
Perfect. They do know you're from Magnimar.
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, where are you?
So, Brian, you kind of share a few things with them, and I'm just going to go over some key points that you might have shared with them.
Okay.
So,
Also, we're not for that.
We're not walking anymore.
no, we're still walking.
Oh, okay.
I'm going retroactive because I forgot to talk about this.
That's my house.
So, Magnimar is also known as the City
whole fucking
of
island?
Monuments.
City
The City of Monuments. Yep.
Oh, you live on an island?
So, and it's built upon a sheer cliff known as the Sea Cleft. And that kind of cuts through the city's heart. And the richer district lives up on top of this cliff,
Okay.
and the poorer districts
Kind of like
live,
that, sir.
Google it.
yeah,
Amen.
live underneath the cliff. And so they refer to them as the summit and the shore. The shore is the poorer area, the summit is the higher area. And so to kind of give you a little bit of background on the politics of Magnimar. Magnimar is a free trade city. And they have a military, but it doesn't enforce. Magnimar is not about political conquest or territorial conquest. They worry about
So
their
they're
city
France.
and their city alone. Right, but they allow trade in and trade out. They're a big trade city, and that's how they make all their money through their taxing. But their military focuses on protecting trade goods. So they protect the traders. Therefore, the traders come to the city to trade. They know it's safe,
Okay.
and that's kind of how they make all their money, and they prosper very well. And Brian also knows that the city's ran basically by two people: the office of Lord Mayor, which happens right now to be Haldmir Groberus.
Gorberus?
Groberus. Groboras. Groberus. It's a mouthful. Like, and that's kind of a running joke between the people in the city. Mayor Groberus. And the Council of Ushers, which the Council of Ushers are 13 individuals of mostly prestige families that kind of help govern the city in a kind of a checks and balance for the mayor.
I wonder if all seven of them are from...
13 of them.
I know it was 7 of them are from the Brothers of Seven.
Ooh, could be. So, like I said, yep, and there's Lord Mayor, Haldmir Groberus, and there's 13 Council of Ushers. And those change
So you
every
say that
year.
again? A mayor, Lord Mayor.
Yep.
Gorberus.
The Lord Mayor of Magnimar is his official title.
And then 13 people are under him.
Not under him, no.
With him.
Rule with him.
Kind of
The
like
Council of
Senate.
Ushers.
The Senate.
The mayor
13.
is just as much in power as he is a figure of,
A figurehead.
It's kind of like his
yeah,
Congress.
figurehead. Yeah.
So what was it called? 13 people.
Are the Council of Ushers.
Council of Ushers. Thank you.
Yep. And the mayor has a reputation that he kind of worries more about his own comforts than the needs of the underprivileged.
Don't trust this man.
Yeah, and this is just rumors that Brian has gathered from his time in the city and from hearing poorer soldiers, the poor serving the rich, basically. And how he kind of half-heartedly handles the immediate needs of the city indifferently, and more or less indifferently settling matters relating to the distributions of the city funds, use of the city watch, or the concerns of the countless citizens. Kind of, puts that kind of under the rug. Makes it seem like he cares about it, but really, while he's welcoming bribery and lavish gifts
I
to
was
kind
gonna
of
say,
sway
as
his.
players' knowledge, I'm going to say outspoken that I don't trust the mayor and how he sounds. I don't believe what he sounds like, what he's rooting for, and I'm going into this town not trusting him.
And Brian, you would have no problem backing up that claim, just kind of saying it's just kind of how it is. It sucks, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. And like Brian's the one feeding all this information. He's just giving your past history. This wouldn't be a guy that you're in cahoots with, you're buddy with. Yeah, he's not. He's technically in charge with the Council of Ushers above your garrison, but not in a way you'd ever
Does the mayor have a
interact
name?
with them personally.
Yeah.
Does the mayor have an actual name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Haldmir, Haldmer, Groberus. Groboros. Groberus.
Horberus.
Aldmir Gorberus.
So, Ryan finally tells you about one more thing that you should know about the city's politics, and that there's a third political body operating outside of the city government, known as the Varisian Council. So, and this was kind of formed by the city's elders more than 80 years ago. And the Varisian Council kind of tries to ensure that Magnimarian government doesn't infringe upon the rights of the Varisian native people. Kind of more for the little guy person.
Tea party.
And he kind of talks about how Magnimar in general has relatively few laws.
Yeah.
It more focuses on trade, and as long as obviously murder isn't necessarily tolerated, but
Traders are.
yeah, essentially that's just that. Oh, that's the price of doing business, essentially.
When I mean traders, I mean with a T, not a
Right.
D.
And Ryan, so being a member of the City Watch and the City Guard and the military, you would have kind of some background on a few of the criminal organizations within the city. Would you choose to share those, or not necessarily until they come up?
Well,
I mean, we got 2 days, almost 3, because of, the whole pony incident.
Absolutely.
So I have time to share everything.
Right. So Brian kind of talks about, and you guys don't have to write notes on this. It's not that important, but it's just information to kind of flesh some stuff out. So there's numerous criminal elements that operate throughout Magnimar. The oldest of these groups is known as the Night Scales, and they kind of see themselves as the masters of the city, the rightful masters, because they've been there the longest. And there's some Brissian criminals known as the Skarsny, and you guys have heard that word and their slight association with Scarnetti. But there's other groups like the Creepers and
The Jeepers.
the Tower Girls, the Wash-Eyed
Girls.
Ringers. And they all kind of adopt their own criminal specialties. You know, like, oh, you go to this. If you need someone taken out, you go to this guy. If you need something lifted, these are the guys you go to. And they kind of all have their own special niches that they've grown to fill. Yeah, and that's where Magnimar owes its prosperity to, though, is the countless foreign merchants who readily make use of the city's reputedly safe and free port. And it's safe and free because of the things that the military does in Sandpoint. Or in Magnimar, I'm sorry.
The military?
The military, garrison, yeah.
The military
It's more of a
protects
military than it is a police force.
I feel like
protects
they
the
can-
weakness.
I feel like that they can buy licenses to do evil.
In a way, they probably could.
Like the criminals can go free as long as they
So,
get it okay by the council.
and the council doesn't... It's not openly corrupt like that. It's not like... There's obviously whispers like there is in our own personal day-to-day life government of corruption and scandals. But for the most part, the government does a decent job pretending that they're there for the common folk. The common folk, as long as they're not being butchered and murdered, it is a relatively safe city, regardless of the crime that goes on there. But the population's huge, so the crime...
I've been around for way too long to trust these people, and I'm going to go and not believe in one single word.
And that's a fair assumption. And one final thing Brian kind of wants to mention while he's talking about the crime world in Magnimar is the Irespan. So,
What?
the Irespan,
Okay.
which is this visible bridge that goes out for miles to the sea. And it's an ancient basalt bridge that dominates Magnimar's coastline. I mean, this thing's huge. It's half a mile high.
You said
It,
imaginary?
No, it's not imaginary.
Oh.
It's a basalt bridge. It dominates the coastline. So it juts up from a prominent foundation upon the sea cleft, about half a mile above the city. And it's also sometimes known as the Giant's Bridge, but it's crazy tall. So the sea cleft is about, like I said, half a mile above the lower portion of the city, and the bridge is another 300 feet above that. So that's how high this thing is, above the sea. And the area underneath the bridge, this bridge is massive. Basically became its own, basically criminal underworld. And it's a section of a few miles known as Underbridge, where some, that's where the more shady shit goes down. Where your main criminals operate, your black markets take place, and stuff like that.
Nevel was born.
Probably where Nevel was born, yes. So that's just a little bit of background on Magnimar.
I said that out of character.
So now that we're in Magnimar, and Brian and Drakna smell like shit, what is everyone's first plan of attack?
I mean, we have to get accepted into the gates. And Brian would probably take lead on that, even though he smells like shit.
Yeah, I want to let them know that I'll be right behind Brian, letting them know that the
I smell like shit.
Sheriff Hemlock let.
God, Brian, you
I'm sure Brian let us know what's the sheriff's name of this town.
So there's not really a sheriff. Is
there a marshal? Like, is there a head honcho?
his direct reporting officer would be
Dipshit McGee.
Sheriff Belford.
We'll say his reporting officer was Janine Jojor.
What?
Janine,
How do I spell that?
Jenine,
Jar Jar Binks?
Jojor. Jojor.
Okay,
Alright. That's what we're going with. That sounded like Steve.
Yep. Instead of Steve.
People would remember Steve.
Steve's a douchebag.
His name can be fucking Steve if we want it to be.
Sheriff George or
Jar Jar Binks?
Jar
Jar
Jar,
War.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my gosh, you guys are ridiculous.
Low blow.
Okay.
Jar Jar, the real Sith Lord. Yeah, Jar Jar, the real Sith Lord.
So,
if there is a guard that we need to present into, I'm going to let them know that Sheriff Hemlock sent a raven to...
so I was taking lead.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
I'm standing back with my nose closed.
Okay.
George
so
or...
There's two guards at the gate. One in front of the gate, one behind it, at the lever, kind of ready to pull the gates open.
Leopard.
Portcullis, so it lifts up and down. And, how can I help you?
I kind of walk over to him and
Shower and shave!
it's been a while, so
He says, oh boy, you're ripe as hell.
I've been on the road a few days.
Right, so?
And I go and pull out my
Machete.
officer's badge for Magnimar.
Kind of takes it, looks at it, focuses it up to his eyes.
Down
Clearly
wind,
he has
boy,
glasses
down
and doesn't have them. He says, alright, with the city watch. Commendable. He says,
watch.
just you and the boys and the ponies.
Yeah, just us.
And he says, on you go.
Thank you.
Simple as that.
I smell like flowers and perfume. Manly perfume.
With your little nose.
That's gone.
As you guys kind of pass, as you guys kind of pass, everyone make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
He likes the smell of you.
Oh, wow.
Perception? 17.
Woo! I didn't do good. I got a 9 or 11.
I got 27.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that needs.
You
to
hear
know.
clear as day after you guys pass through, Neville. He kind of whispers back to the other guard. He says, "Oh, I bet that one likes the pole."
Is he talking about him?
He's definitely talking about Neville and smelling like flowers.
Just tell him, your mom did last night.
Oi, prick! Say it again to my face.
Go right up to him. Your mom did last night.
Get out of here before I cause some trouble.
I'll go see your mom.
That's it. And he throws his axe down and tackles you. Roll initiative.
All of us, or just him?
Just Brian or just Neville.
Oh.
Your mom did.
What
Wait,
did you get?
Can we help
I got a
him?
10.
You could help him, but it's probably going to be more of a scene than anything.
Yeah, I tell them to all just kind of stand back and let this
them-
happen.
I must be home. I'm in a fight before you walk.
Just like your mother. Oh my god.
That's what your mother said, Rebecca.
I try to intervene.
Okay, so yeah, he throws his gauntlets down and he gets 13. Is he going first?
Yeah.
Okay, so he swings both his fists at you.
Don't try and fist me, fucker.
You'd like it.
Like your mother!
And he swings down and throws an 8 at you, and I'm guessing that misses.
Yeah.
Okay, it misses.
Your mom hits me harder than that.
I took more of a beating from your mother.
His face gets redder.
He's a barbarian.
Are you gonna make me attack roll or just make more fun of him?
I'm just gonna make fun of him.
He swings again at you in the absolute blindest rage ever.
There's not a full defense, is there?
They should be like, at least that should be disadvantaged.
19 to hit, or 18 to hit.
That should be disadvantaged. Because he's so in
I'm throwing shield.
Okay, so he punches at you, and you throw up shield, and he goes punchy. Oh, my hand! Whoa, you sorcerer! And his buddy kind of comes and pulls him off. He says, "It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
I
Come
go
on, man,
up
go,
and
mate."
grab Nevel and I say, "Okay, let's get going." Enough!
So he's the poor Cost is back down. He's kind of pulling his buddy away that just hurt his hand on your shield, and he's cussing up a storm at you.
I'm dragging Nevel away.
Yeah, you're both getting dragged away by a friend, basically.
I'm laughing
What
my
kind of
ass
place is this?
I can't go up to both of them like, what the hell, guys? Let's go. Making a scene.
But you're a loony. This is gonna be a fucking great time.
I love it.
Does your mom know where the whorehouse is?
What's that? What's it say?
I said that.
Did you?
I did. Nevel.
What?
Or-
Oh, here we go again.
What?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, gosh.
Your mom liked it?
Can't even walk into town.
That's what Brian's saying.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Fuck, man. We just got here. We gotta report in yet.
That's because
Actually,
you guys
if that potion's still going to sound like this. Just like your mother did.
I'm gonna fuck up your nose even more than it is already. He's trying to punch you in the nose, but couldn't. It was too small.
Yeah, it's too small.
I wish I remembered that. I would have totally made a joke about his nose.
No, you said it ended.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
You
okay.
said it ended.
Okay. All right. So we're in Magnimar.
I say, Brian, let's head straight to the garrison to see where you're.
Well, yeah, that's where I was heading.
That's where we're
Before-
going first.
I understand before something happened with Nevel.
Yeah, maybe
I
we
didn't
should
do anything.
sit outside the garrison.
Let's take lead.
Maybe.
Where's the garrison at?
Just follow me. I'll lead you there.
No, I.
Oh, come on, you piece
Where-
of shit.
Your
Where's
mother
the
hit me
garrison
harder.
at?
Your mother hit me harder than this.
That's great.
It was great.
That was.
You gotta remember, he's good at slaps.
Okay, so you guys would come down through the Lost Coast Road.
Oh, way up there.
I'm trying to get a map.
I got you. I know where you're at.
What?
Yeah, the garrison would be in the capital district.
Okay.
Do you guys still have that?
I do.
Yeah, I have right here.
No, I don't have a map.
I mean, like an email that you sent it back to me, and you definitely don't. Oh, didn't I print one off?
I can send it to you right here.
I wanted to show everyone what I wanted to do. So you come in along the Lost Coast Road, top there.
Yep.
The red? Where the... Yep, okay.
Can you text that, Colin?
Into Alabaster.
Text it to me real quick.
Alright, hold on.
Alabaster!
Yeah, into the Alabaster District.
Keys
Right
out.
next to the Naus District and the Capital District. So, the Capital District is where
Some
the
big-ass
garrison would
fucking
be held,
town.
Brian.
Brian. Neville.
Brian's leading now.
Yeah, you're going.
Brian would be
Yeah.
the one going to the garrison.
Lead
Yes.
on, Stinky.
He asked where
I have
it's
a
at.
feeling-
I know where it's at.
I have a feeling we're gonna go
Where is
there.
it at?
No, I
Capital
know.
district.
I know
Oh,
where it's
but
at.
you know where specifically?
I have a feeling we're gonna go there.
Not player. Or not character.
I was going to say it's that building right there.
Okay.
I think I know where we need to go.
So it's that building right at the bottom center of the capital district that looks like a star. That is the garrison. Okay. So you make your way to the capital district, to the garrison. Okay, and this, you guys notice that this city is much busier than Sandpoint.
Yeah, it's asshole
I mean,
elbows.
literally 4 times as crowded, buildings twice as high, crazy busy, absolutely chaos.
Is
Jack doesn't
one
get a little
of the
nervous.
districts bigger? I mean, is it even bigger than Sandpoint, or is it about like one district make up like Sandpoint?
So, Low Clef, I will say Keystone would probably be like the size of Sandpoint,
Okay.
but it's still much more densely populated.
Yep.
So it's probably the same size as Sandpoint and probably 10 times the population.
Got you.
So much, much more. You know, people are living on top of each other as well as next to each other.
Yep.
Okay.
How long does it take to get from like the gate area to like the garrison?
That city that size a day?
It's about a half a mile from the gate to the garrison.
Time wise, with all the people though.
With all the people, we'll say 20 minutes.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Does that seem right?
Let's say a little bit longer than that, but okay. Yeah.
30 minutes. Takes a
Yeah.
half an hour.
That'd about be right.
Sure. Jobby knows.
Neville puts his cloak up.
How long do you think it's been
Hide
since
Me
the
too.
spell? So you got into the fight and stuff.
Well,
It's pretty well
It
ended.
wasn't a fight.
probably got another 15 minutes.
Okay.
It was just a disagreement.
I see Nevel putting his cloak up. I do as well.
Okay. So
I
we
kind of like walk up to the food vendor.
I put my cloak up stealthily so nobody sees it.
They kind of plug their nose. So you're gonna have to leave my food vendor. You're gonna have to leave the
Hey,
stand.
you need to wash your shit before you try to sell it.
The shit smells fine. It's your shit that stinks.
My shit don't stink.
I elbow Olorin and just point him and giggle stealthily.
Do I know what's been
I
cast
still
on
look
me?
at Nevel.
Yeah, we should know what was cast.
It's out. You don't know what has been cast on you, but it's obviously something has been. And it's fair to assume that the shit you have been pulling back and forth, it's probably Neville.
Alright, I kind of go up to
We should
Neville.
know. We should know them by now. That
I'm like, how long does this last?
I don't know how long it takes to walk somewhere. Perception check.
Deception check?
Well, I do know how long it takes to walk somewhere in this
No,
place.
I mean, how long does the
spell.
the stench last?
I don't even know. I don't even know what I can do half the time. You guys shouldn't play practical jokes on me. That's all I'm saying.
you started it, you asshole.
Nis told me that was, something that would increase your libido.
Yeah,
Oh.
like you would
Perception
carry.
check on
Yeah,
that.
perception, insight, right? Insight.
Deception versus insight. Yep.
Oh shit! I just dropped my thing.
10.
I got a fucking nat 20.
And that, while they're doing,
I got a 20.
while they're chit chatting, I talked to somebody to find out where the garrison is, and I'm still heading there.
You guys are basically in front of it, and the point is it's a big building right
I'm
there.
I got
so-
19. I got my eye
I'm
on you,
walking
fucker.
Okay, you
I got
walk in
20.
there.
I got 19, so I got my eye
Okay,
on you. It's good enough.
you guys noticed that Olorin has kind of left you guys and started walking into the garrison building. And you walk into this large reception area, a very nice reception area, nicer than anything in Sandpoint, obviously.
Fucking wizard did it again.
And you notice that the building, like the floors are marble and the pillars are granite. I mean, this is super nice. And there's receptionists. How can I help you, sir?
Well, hi there. What's your name?
She says, I'm Tinder.
Nice to meet you, Tender.
Hey, that's gonna be a gay app someday.
What?
My
That's the
name.
wrong one.
Oh, it isn't. I thought Tinder was.
That's a grinder.
My name is Olorin. and
You would know.
And I'm a deputy of Sandpoint. I've come with my 3 other friends, Drakna, Nevel, and Brian Bloodbane.
Say my name.
Don't skip my name.
Yeah, but we don't know this.
We're here to see the head officer.
The head officer? Because
I'm afraid the head officer only takes appointments by appointment.
Trust me, he'll want to see us. We're here to discuss the Brothers of Seven.
I'm sorry?
He'll know.
She says, I'm sorry, sir. You have to make an appointment with him.
Is Jojo here?
She says, Janine? Yes, she's here.
Janine. Jojo?
Janine Jojo?
Yes.
Yes, she's here.
Can I talk to her, please?
She says,
I don't think I would have released who my reporting officer was. That wouldn't have been pertinent.
that's fair.
I thought we said that.
Well, I told
He
him.
was like telling me, I thought.
Because he specifically asked.
I thought I asked too.
Why would you ask who my reporting officer was?
Yeah,
I asked on the way.
I don't know
I said, who did you
shit.
report to on the way there? And then he told me.
I'll let you be.
I
the call,
don't
Ryan.
think I would have told
That's
you.
fine.
'Cause that would make a lot of sense.
Neville doesn't give a shit about you, so he didn't,
Well, I
he
was.
didn't listen.
Anyways, I guess I don't know that.
Okay. She
Um,
says, is there anyone in particular you'd like to make an appointment with?
Officer Sheriff Hemlock sent a raven saying that we would be on our way from Sandpoint.
She says, I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me, but there's many ravens here sent daily. She says,
Have there been any murders here?
our city has thousands of
murders in
Yeah.
your city?
thousands
fucking-
of people, sir. Please refrain yourself.
It's a fucking flame.
I absolutely
People.
will not refrain myself.
She says, of course there are murders here.
I would like to talk to someone in charge. Someone more important than you.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave or I'm going to be forced to call security
Please call
You want-
security.
You want to talk to Charles? He's in charge.
of our days. And our nights. God damn it, Jimmy. So two very large men come up behind you. Each one puts a hand on your
Please don't
shoulder.
touch me.
Insult his mother.
It goes over really well.
Sir, come on. You being asked to leave.
I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody in
He
charge.
takes off his boner robe.
That's his defense mechanism. Sir, I'm afraid that you'll have to make an appointment.
I would like to make an appointment till 5 minutes from now.
Sir, I'm afraid that's not possible right now. Everyone's very busy with their daily schedules.
Trust me, they are going to want to see us. We know what's been going on. We know
Who
who's
is us,
We
sir?
know who's killing these people. I've already told you. I'm here with Nevel
Where are they,
Drakna.
sir?
and Brian Bloodbane.
Drakna and Brian need a shower. Let's just go.
Brian Bloodbane?
I've already said that name twice now.
She says, I don't believe you said Bloodbane.
I've already said that twice.
She says, forgive me, sir, but
He did.
can you prove verification that Brian is with you?
I
She
missed
says, I may be
I
able
missed
to
you
do
step
something.
outside. I'm gone.
What?
Yeah, poof.
Sir.
Brian.
What the fuck? You hear it from the inside.
Brian, these people are killing me right now.
I what? Who's killing you?
I say, Brian. Okay, I almost got into a tussle. I don't know what happened. I was letting my emotions get the best of me. Security got called. I need you.
What?
Where the fuck did you even go?
Kind of like Olorin. What?
I went inside to try to talk to the head
Why'd you
officer.
go inside?
It was your turn to watch him.
And I said that the three of us were here, but I knew that as soon as I said Brian Bloodbane, they kind of questioned me. And
Why didn't you let me take the lead?
I don't know what I got, because you guys were bitching at each other.
Well,
Hey.
how long does this last?
I'm not so bad, am I?
I asked.
So
Olorin-
security's waiting for me inside. I need your help.
Wait, Olorin, hold on. How long does this last? I'm talking about the smell.
Olorin wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're a wizard. You should know spells.
We'll say it's about worn off.
Is it worn off?
Six
Stop.
more hours.
You still have a you still have a lingering smell, but it is starting to wear off.
I cast look at. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
mean,
like kind of like trying to like air it out. So like I haven't met my officer in a long time. I don't want to make this my first impression. So I'm like trying to like air it out.
Brian, you give me 5 gold pieces, I can take
Ryan
one
or
away.
Brian?
They're gonna be mad at me.
I start walking very.
Brian,
Very
did you hear
slowly.
me?
Can you actually
Yes, of course I can.
do it? And I'll give you the 5.
I'm the one that cast it.
Don't trust them. Let's keep going.
I'll give these 5 gold pieces to Olorin, and if you can get it off,
It's not
I'll
gonna
go
happen.
and give you
It's not gonna work.
the
It's
5.
got to be in my hand.
Then no.
It's not gonna work.
I start walking very slowly.
I'm telling Brian that it's not gonna work.
Drakna
I bet I can do it.
Drakna doesn't care. He's standing next to people like.
Jess likes this stench.
I'm holding on to Brian's shoulder at this point.
Your hand's
fine.
gonna stink.
Brian's kind of going like this, like
They're gonna arrest me.
I got my hand on
I
Nevel's
don't want to go to jail again. I can't go in again, man.
I don't do well with wizards.
I know what's gonna happen if I get mad.
Like, alright, dude, just get off me.
Get off on me.
I whisper for him.
Oh my god.
If I say duck, you better duck.
Goose.
Why?
Because. I'm
No
not, I'm not,
spells are needed.
Firebolt.
not going back in.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Okay,
Impotent.
so as you're kind of walking in again, you see the guards puff up when they see Olorin in front of you, and they see you in front, and they kind of back down a little bit. Brian, is he with you?
Yeah, he's.
Told you!
I just kind of like wave him off, like
Keep your
yes,
friends in control.
that
So
shouldn't be a
listen.
problem. I kind of give like Olorin like a.
Sorry, I left your leash on your mother.
Oh my god.
That character.
I don't have an appointment, but
Nevel.
can I see
Nevel casts Mage Hand and pats Dracna's back.
Janine? I'm sure she'll want to see me
Yes, she does.
alone.
I slammed the table. You fucking kidding me?
I do say alone.
Hey, you want to play cards?
No.
You want to
I
see
absolutely
Janine
don't.
alone?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I go invisible.
Can you go invisible?
Yes, I can go invisible.
Of course, he's a wizard. I was hoping you wouldn't.
I go horny because I'm 16.
Okay.
And the potion wear off.
Even though he did say he's going invisible, I kind of like everybody knows like it'll just be a little bit.
Okay.
Put in a good word for me.
So, she says, Janine's in her office. She'll want to see you right away, Brian. It's been quite some time.
Too long.
So, she escorts you, and
I'm right behind him.
she kind of explains your friends can wait over here. And she points to, she's not sure where the wizard went, but she points to Nevel and Drakna. And she escorts you guys over to a bench, and I'll be at a comfortable bench, and she says, there's coffee? Is coffee a thing? Yeah, coffee's a thing in my world. Yeah, there's coffee if you'd like. There's coffee and
What about
donuts if
espresso?
you'd like.
Coffee gives me the stinks.
You already got them, so. No, that's
We'll
more
just play cards.
So, okay, so, Olorin, you,
Me and Dracna are playing cards and Puff's helping me.
Olorin, you managed to sneak in the room right behind Ryan without being noticed. And
I literally can't do anything except be silent. If I do anything, I'll be visible again.
Janine is at her
Well, this
desk.
ain't gonna last
She's
long.
kind of writing.
No, it's not.
She's writing something that seems very important. She's got glasses on, and she kind of looks up at you, and she
Is she hot?
takes her glasses off,
Is she hot for
and
cheese?
she kind of folds her hands, and she says, "Brian, it's been quite some time."
And I would do like a salute of some
Yes,
sort.
she's
I
gorgeous.
Holy shit.
Come on.
Oh, you guys probably bumped uglies.
Yeah, look at the scar on her head.
She got a scar like
Oh my
yours!
god, it's like us! She's the girl version of Brian. She's got red hair and everything.
Shit, now I gotta go kill Miko.
Oh god.
She like legit is the girl version of Brian.
Because the scar, the red hair, perfect.
Because it's your sister. You're my sister.
Brian, it's been
Oh
quite some
my
time.
god. my god! I'm sorry, I didn't hear a single thing you said.
It's been quite some time, Brian.
Brian gives like a salute. I don't know how Magnimars do salutes.
How do they?
A full salute.
John had to get up. Oh my god! This is what we remember when we were listening to this. John had to get up and he bent over and was like dying laughing. Holy fuck!
My back hurts.
Oh my god! I don't even know how to continue.
Game over.
You give us free reign.
Game over. Wow. That just happened.
So Brian gives the salute, and she gives it back. He returns the salute.
Wow.
You hear it zip in the side.
Oh my god!
Olorin's like, what's going on right now?
Good thing I got these boner robes on.
Oh shit! Oh god.
Brian, we feared you were dead.
I know. I should have reported in sooner, but I couldn't do it.
Well, where have you been?
Well, honestly, what happened was we were on that quest to look for my father, and more of a fool's quest, I know, but we were overrun by goblins, and the entire party was killed.
She says, I feared as much. She said, you should have been given a larger party for that quest. We knew the area was teeming with goblins. What?
That's hindsight. I was rescued by one of the companions back in the waiting room area.
She says, when I received word of your presence in Sandpoint from Sheriff Hemlock, I had only assumed that it was a mere coincidence, someone with your name, but I was assured you were dead, but no, it is you?
No, it is me.
I know
in the
that
flesh.
tongue anyway.
They've taken to calling you heroes. What's
That's
that all
their
about?
words, not mine. I was just helping out. I was on the brink of death when I got arrived at Sandpoint, and honestly, I'm just giving back to that town.
That's commendable, Brian. That's commendable. What if that's the case? I mean, you're free and clear of your duties here. If you'd care to join back, you're obviously more than welcome to. But
I'm here to collect my pension.
I guess that's my next line of questioning. What are you here for?
Well, in my time in Sandpoint, we ran across a slew of murders that lead us right back to my hometown.
A slew of murders, eh?
Yeah, there's a group called the Seven, and they used Foxglove as a pawn to turn people into ghouls. And they ran rampant in Sandpoint until recently when we put an end to it, but I've heard that there's been some similar things here.
We haven't had so much of a problem with as many murders as you make it seem like, but there have been a couple of appearances of strange creatures that some have been referring to as ghouls that you speak of.
Well, you have to put in respect that Sandpoint's a tenth of the city this is. 7 murders there is like 1,000 here.
She says, I suppose that's true. She says, what are you, I'm confused. Are you here to join join the city military again? Are you here to ask for my help? I guess I need to know what your plan of action is. What your requests are.
I'm not necessarily here to join back yet. I still feel like it's my duty to help out Sandpoint and actually put an end to what has actually caused all of this.
That's commendable.
However, I'm here not asking your help, but lending my help. The bodies that were murdered typically had a 7-pointed star. Have you noticed the same? Has there been bodies with that same marking?
3 that we found.
Have there been others?
There have been other murders, sure, but none.
Any with large claw marks?
A couple here and there, but we attributed that to beasts roaming the city streets as they always do. Something from the sewers. Nothing out of the ordinary.
If it wasn't for this last few weeks, I would have contributed that to the animals as well. But knowing what I know now, I would 100% say that was probably the ghouls. Is there a specific region this was happening in?
She says no. She said there was one murder with a 7-pointed star carved in the chest in Underbridge. One in the Alabaster District. And one in Lowcleft.
Okay. There's definitely not a central location with it.
Not at all.
Do you know who the 7 are?
She says, well, I mean, the 7 are just... No one's really locked them down as a group as anything more than... Well, I guess you'd say... stories fabricated to scare children. We're not even sure they actually exist.
Do you have access to the Foxglove Manor?
Mm.
Or the Foxglove residence?
She says,
Townhouse.
not personally, it's private residence.
Well, that's who did the murders in Sandpoint. We were able to track them back to the manor that's been abandoned.
She says, I'm not willing to dedicate any resources to this yet. Right now, and I'm not saying you're a poor soldier, Brian, but you've been gone for almost a year. She says, I'm not sure how to... I can't just reappoint your status wholly and give you all the resources I can at my disposal, she said. But if you wish to go investigate this, you have my permission to do so.
And I wouldn't expect you to just give me 100 men. I don't wish for that. Last time that happened, they all perished. I'd rather go on this with my elite force, and I just want your permission and backing that I'm able to do it.
I'm glad we understand each other then.
That'll work for me.
Did the symbols look like this?
Jesus Christ!
This also scares Brian, and maybe how close is he?
I'm still at the door.
How big is the room?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly large office. How did you get in here?
I look at Nevel and go, well, we found freaking Olorin.
Figured he
This
was in
freaks
there
Brian
anyway.
out. This freaks Brian out, but it's like once he notices that it's Olorin, it's like he's with me. He's just he's a wizard. I didn't know he was here.
And she kind of gives you a really angry look. She says, "This is very unorthodox.
Most wizards are.
I have found that to be true."
I told him to wait outside, but apparently...
We need information as much as possible, and I understand that what you said to Brian is of personal nature, but the Sahedron symbols are close to me. And did they look like this? And I show her the
She's
medallion.
personally fuming, and she sees those symbols, and she calms her nerves a little bit. She says, "Yes, that's exactly the symbol carved on those chests."
My name is Olorin.
stuff.
I'm
He's one of
Janine.
the companions.
Janine Jojor.
Janine,
That's
it's,
helped me in the past.
your secretary out there is pretty strict.
As she should be.
There's supposed to be order in here, Olorin.
Thank you.
Him and she's on
Brian.
right.
Order! And Misty stepped back outside.
She kind of puts her middle finger and her thumb on her opposite temples and
Brian's
kinda
doing the exact same.
rubs her
motion.
head. She says, "Is it always like this with him?"
You have no idea.
Or worse.
I better rest because I ran out of
She says,
spells.
She says, "I campaigned with a wizard once. It was the longest year of my life."
Let's just say
It's
these
a long
4
4
men,
months.
I've had more white hairs
5 months.
than when I was controlling the 100 that you sent me
Oh
with.
yeah.
She says, "And this is your elite force, as you called it?"
He's one of 4.
If it works for you, it works for you, I suppose.
We've been
I guess
fairly effective.
That's good to hear. I'd like you to look into these murders, Brian, but like I said, I can't dedicate any resources to you right now.
How much is it worth to you?
Like I
You
said,
Misty stepped
I just
up
want
to us.
to know that you have my back at the end of the day.
She says,
You know I've always been loyal to Magnimar.
And I'll get you from
She says-
later.
"I'll stick up for you and say that you have my blessing to enter the home," she says, "but I can't do anything more than that."
If we find evidence of the 7 and we pursue them, will you back me? Or
As
throw
long
me?
as this evidence is well-founded, yes, of course I will.
Alright, I will report back once we've investigated the home.
She says, "Very well, I expect a full detailed report."
Of course.
Paperwork.
And Misty stepped back to Brian.
So as Brian's walking out, you step back into the
Yep.
room. Okay.
Brian, we gotta go! And then Misty
Okay.
stepped back out. That was my last.
It sounds like you need to go.
As I'm like walking out, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
And she kind of lets you go, and
Totally worth
she's
it.
Brian.
Puff
Like
flies
as
in.
you're closing the door, she says, "Brian," and she says, "It's nice to see you again."
Nice to see you.
She doesn't say be careful. She says good luck.
Brian walks out of
Hope
bed.
you die again.
I'm the only one that can bear this scar.
All right.
But
Okay. So
Change one.
Ryan just finished up talking to Janine.
Yes.
Brian, dude,
You guys going to lunch?
what was up with that girl?
What do you mean?
Your ass
Pretty
was
bossy.
Well, yes. I mean, there's got to be order in a town this size.
Him and she's on right.
I understand that. But, come on. You saw it, didn't you?
I guess I'm not sure what you're referring to. This is what I'm used to. This
I mean,
is structure.
Is she related to you? You guys pretty kind of like look similar.
Is she a relation to me?
Is she related to you?
I don't think so.
No.
No,
You guys
she's
can't.
not.
Well, did you? Are you guys like just doing it then? Because I saw there's some kind of chemistry there. Anyways, whatever. You guys are doing it. Whatever. I'm not gonna tell Miko, but we got a mission. I'm gonna need somewhere to stay tonight.
Well,
Since you're from Magnimar, can you show us where you live?
yeah,
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
I own a house here. Yes, if that's what you're asking.
Did you hang out your
Yep.
porno mags?
Have you been up on your mortgage?
It's a paid-for house that I've owned, that my family's owned for centuries.
Oh. Mooch much?
Oh, you did grow up with a silver spoon in your ass.
So, what? Don't think that's the same.
It's a fair question.
Where are you from, Nevel?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Where are you from?
I'm a fucking orphan, you son of a bitch. Thanks for bringing it up. It's a little bit of a hot topic.
But that doesn't mean what city you're from.
I don't know, because
Where do you live?
I lived off the land since I can remember.
I don't know.
So you've never stayed in one area more than a week?
I'm gonna
More than a week? Well, yeah, I was in
Other than
Sandpoint for
Sandpoint?
I'm gonna cast
For a
minor
few months.
illusion.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been around the world twice and talked to everybody once.
You talked to me more than once.
At least once.
Minor illusion. There's a silver spoon in my hand. Here, Brian. You must have dropped this.
I don't acknowledge.
It fell out your ass.
Yeah, that's not the garrison. The garrison's right in front of it.
Huh?
The garrison's right in front of the building that I said.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, directly north of it.
So
Well-
we were there.
While you show
Where the
us
clouds are.
where you live, you need to show us where there's a place to get a good drink around here.
You got a stiff pony. You know?
Yeah, first round's on me, guys.
No, we're good. We're good. I got my own money.
Don't let me buy drinks again.
I kind of let him know roughly where my house would be, where a nice place to drink is. I also tell him that I'll meet them at
Is there any,
Foxglove Manor. when
is there
they're
any
ready.
place to gamble?
Townhouse.
Townhouse.
Okay, where is your house located?
See that nice house right there in the corner? Not that one, but the next one. The fallen down one
I
next
think
to
it's
it.
like this building.
That's
Well,
a big ass house.
That's
really
a big
big
building.
Yeah. Can you
It's
find
a
a
big
bigger
building.
one?
That's okay.
I just circled one.
We know where it is. And what the fuck just happened?
I think it's more like that one.
That little speck.
No, we'll say his family's fairly prominent. I mean, it's in Keystone. It's not like he's in the Alabaster District, which is like
Sure.
white marble houses.
Keystone. It's always.
So your parents were dentists?
Ha!
That's an orchid joke.
Oh, speaking of, you didn't tell us about all that other stuff. Yeah.
So I actually,
What's a good bar?
The
Come on, mister.
Big Beaver Inn.
Yeah!
Exit 69. It's on Bush Road.
Big Beaver Inn on Bush Road. That's what we're going with.
Corner of Bush Road and Hairy Lips.
And Harry Avenue. It's right next to his house.
Hairy Lips.
Right here. Okay.
You're stopping.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll pick up there next time.